What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Brandon Show. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau. Facebook, the Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, TikTok, shockingly enough, it's alive. TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. Go follow me on all of those social media platforms. Or you can just do this. YouTube channel, Brandon New Show. Hope you guys enjoy this, man. On my YouTube channel, subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Like the vids, like the shorts. Starting to get some numbers up in the algorithm. So please continuously doing what y'all doing. I appreciate y'all, man. YouTube channel, Brandon New Show, man. Thank y'all for doing that. Let's get into. Yeah. So, of course, this weekend is the Royal Rumble, and I will be giving my predictions of the Royal Rumble. Like I said, Saturday night, I will be doing my rate and review show for the Royal Rumble right after the show is over. 4 matches, and I will be talking about all four of those matches. But, like, I will get into that tonight. I'm still trying to debate. Well, I'll probably be on my show, my family show tomorrow, straight through the ropes. So I'll probably be on that show tomorrow too. So catch me on there. Straight through the ropes. Go follow them on social media. Brian Beeline, go follow him. And his YouTube channel. So go follow them. But let's get into it, man. Wrestling life. So here we go. So I got on here. This kind of ties into each other. I kind of put one, but it kind of ties into each other. So if I got out here, I saw I was at Burger King waiting for my food, and the ratings for Saturday night AEW's Collision came out, and they did literally 250,000 people on Collision. Now, granted, granted, you went up against WWE last night, Saturday night, and as much as, and this is how crazy this is because they were pretty much going up against each other, and even the wrestling blog sites were posting everything that was happening on Saturday Night Main Event. I didn't even get a chance to really see Tony Storm turn it back into timeless Tony Storm until after the fucking event was over. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. That's probably dope. But this is the thing about AEW, man. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, and now this weekend, you get it worse. You get it worse. Everybody's gonna tune into the fucking Royal Rumble. Maybe put Collision on Friday. I don't fucking know. And then the following week after that, you don't have Collision. No, not the following week, but that's Super Bowl weekend. It's gonna be see, and then the following week after that, you got the All Star weekend, NBA All Star weekend. Bro, it's starting to fall into a situation now. Thomas Tony Storm turning back. It's Tony Storm turning back to the Thomas Tony Storm. That was a dope segment, dope fucking segment. But here's my problem with this. So you're gonna put the belt back on her, right? So fuck Mariah May, right? See, here's the thing. People talking. I'll talk about this later. But people talk about people getting their pushes killed in WWE. This isn't the same like AEW. I feel like Mariah May is gonna lose the belt to Tony Storm at Grand Slam, and then Tony Storm is just gonna fall down to the card, and she's gonna fall down the card because you could not get any heat with her when Tony Storm wasn't on TV. She wasn't relevant when Tony Storm wasn't on TV, and you had nothing to push her. So you're just gonna put the belt right back on Tony Storm, and then the story's over. Or you're gonna have them trade the belt for the next 6 months. I mean, you could do that, but that's kind of fucking stupid that you're playing hot potato with your most prized possession on the women's division. And no, it's not the TBS title because Mercedes just collected belts like she Thanos. But it just is ridiculous. And now you're running out of people. At AEW, you're running out of fucking people. Because this brings me into what I just said. Another week, another AEW problem, which is Deanna Purrazzo, who y'all bought in. And again, these people are signing to y'all. So I don't blame y'all for icing some of them because you signed to these people. But you bought in Camille, and Camille was supposed to be this protection for Mercedes, and I haven't seen Camille in like 3 months. Mercedes dumped her after she dumped her before Worlds End. She dumped her before Worlds End. She dumped her after Full Gear. That was November. The first Chris Statlander match was at Full Gear, and she dumped her right after that match. And I haven't seen Camille in 2 months, going on three. What are we doing? You bought her in. Now you got Megan Bain there. How long before you say, okay, she's just the new flavor of the month today, and then you dip her? Last week it was Brent Baker saying she didn't. It was Brent Baker saying she wants out, and creative control just isn't doing anything for me anymore. Now Deanna Purrazzo was like, yo, this shit ain't really working for me. AEW is doing exactly what WWE used to do when talent used to want out of their deals and shit. Same thing Vince did with Mercedes and Naomi. Try to call them out and talk shit about them on TV. Now you got the talent going out here and telling Buddy Matthews and Brody King and Julia Hart. You're better off without Malachi Black. Okay, I guess. What the fuck are we doing at AEW, man? What are we doing? Shout out to this person. I'm not trying to bash you, but this person was in my comments. I posted this particularly on my TikTok, and I posted this, and that's what I love. I love feedback. I love people. As long as it's a positive feedback. I got some crazy people Saturday, and I'll talk about that later. On my page, I posted also another video that I did. And some people went off on me, and I was like, bro, like, come on, man, this isn't. Come on. But I like the feedback. And this person, straight up was just like, yo, nah, man, AEW could bring in the top independent talent. And I'm like, that's great. But they've been bringing in the top independent talent, and nobody cares. Where's Mike Bailey? Mike Bailey, speedball from TNA, former X Division champion. He dropped the belt to Moose. He was a free agent. He got signed to AEW. Where is he? The man been signed, well, was reported to be signed to AEW for like 2 months now. He dropped the belt to Moose like November to like October, November. Moose has had the X Division Championship since October, September. Mike Bailey was reported to be signed to AEW. He's going to AEW like in September, October. Where's Mike Bailey? Right? Where's Mike Bailey? Where's Speedball? Nobody's asked that question. Nobody's asked that question. And this is the thing. I appreciate the person that commented because he was just like, yo, like, no, they're gonna bring in the top independent talent. I'm like, yeah, but look at the roster right now. Every main champion, somewhat of a clog in the machine of AEW, is WWE. Edge, Adam Copeland, Cope. You got, Edge. You got Chris Jericho, who's still on fucking TV for no reason at all. Jeff Jarrett, a former WCW, WWE talent. John Moxley is the AEW champion. Holy shit, who was that? Oh yeah, Dean Ambrose in the Shield. Mercedes Moné is the highest paid woman in your whole locker room, who is a former WWE Women's Champion. Women's World Heavyweight Champion, and WWE Women's Champion. Former NXT Women's Champion too. Your new tag team champions of AEW is Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, managed by MVP. The shit writes itself. What I'm trying to say is the shit writes itself, bruh. Writes itself. And I know AEW people don't want to hear this because they have AEW has done an amazing job at making people think they're the alternative, and they're not. And that's okay. But this is the problem with AEW. Every week, like I said last week, every week is either a wrestler getting booked and a wrestler not getting booked properly or getting put on ice, or you have wrestlers that's like, man, I want out this fucking place. Ricky Starks are now wanting his rich. Ricky Starks is like, yo, I want out. That happened after I did the record. Ricky Starks is like, yo, I want out. Axel is released and still has not gotten it. And to some people, they're like, well, he signed a contract. See, that's the problem with people. If you want out, bro, I'm not about to hold you. Go out. Go find greener grass. If you think the grass is green on the other side, my nigga, go do that shit. Go do it. I'm not about to hold you. I got all of this. I just said a talent that people forgot even was with these motherfuckers. What are we waiting for? It's shit like that. And I get what people want to sit there and say. It's like, bro, but they sign deals. Yeah, but with a company like you have, and you're supposed to be the alternative, you look a lot like what a lot of these talents was running away from with Vince McMahon and WWE. And now WWE looks like the greener grass, and it looks really fucking green. And you look like the dead ass brown shit that ain't mowed their lawn and watered their grass in like 7 months. And it's just the fucking truth. Y'all can get mad at that shit all the fuck you want. It's the fucking truth. You got Claudio Castagnoli about to fight Jeff Jarrett tomorrow night. And if Jeff Jarrett wins, he gets a fucking title match. In what world does that shit make sense? You got Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay finally teaming up. They're gonna team up and go against Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher at a fucking event that nobody's gonna probably watch. You gonna have Jay White fight John Moxley at AEW Grand Slam for the title. No story, no build up, no nothing. No story, no build up, no nothing. Oh, Jay White is just because he's from Australia. What? Yeah, because he's from Australia. What the what? What? That's AEW, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get mad at us because we're calling it like we see it, bro. That's the problem nowadays. Y'all get mad at the wrong shit. You need to get mad at the people that's putting this shit together. That is ridiculous. All I do is podcast, my nigga. You don't like my opinion, nigga? Turn it the fuck off and go do something else. I, I just post this shit. I know it's public knowledge, but all you gotta do, bro, is just turn it the fuck off and go do something the fuck else. It is not that hard. Ignore my opinion. If you don't think it's a good opinion, nigga, that's your opinion. And this is mine. AW right now is just in a really shitty position. They don't know what they're doing. And they're not gonna fix it. They're not gonna fix it. And that's something that people don't also want to say. They're not gonna fix this. They're not gonna fix it. They're not gonna fix it. Because Tony Khan is never gonna fix this. He can't fix it. He can't fix what he broke. He broke this. And he can't fix it. Speaking of Yeah, let's do this. Speaking of Saturday night, because I was about to talk about it last night, but I'm gonna talk about Saturday night first. Speaking of last night, Saturday night main event. Now, I saw a lot of people immediately say, "Oh my god, I like a Saturday night main event, but it's just a fucking glory house. It's just a glory house show that nothing's gonna change." And what the fuck do y'all be expecting? This is my biggest problem with people, fanboys. I'm sick of this shit. You really thought Jey Uso was gonna be fucking Gunther? This close to WrestleMania, this close to the Royal Rumble. Even though Jey Uso was announced to be in the Royal Rumble and he was gonna be Gunther, okay, okay. You really thought Rhea, who just won the belt back from Nia, which that seems like the least probable one, that Rhea was gonna drop the belt to Nia Jax, who just lost her belt, and she still got a storyline with Tiffany that she hasn't finished yet. But Rhea's gonna drop the belt to fucking Nia Jax. Okay. The only one I agree with y'all on is the Sheamus and Braun Breaker. I felt like that should have been the trigger pull. Like that like you cannot continuously play with this shit. And like I said, now you got Penta now entering into the conversation with Braun Breaker. When Dragon Lee comes back from maternity leave, because I think his wife just had a child. When he comes back from maternity leave, guess what's gonna happen, man? Dragon Lee's gonna be pushed to the fucking stars. I'm telling you this shit now. Ilya Dragunov, whenever he comes back, I think he should be in the World Heavyweight Championship picture. That's just me, but depending on how, like I said tonight, I'm gonna be talking about this. But depending on what happens with him, I can easily see Ilya Dragunov getting put right back into the Intercontinental title picture. I can easily see it. But people that are complaining about Saturday Night Main Event and saying, "Ah, man, nothing happens. It's just too predictable. It's too predictable." What the fuck do you expect? The first one the first Saturday Night Main Event was just to get you ready for Netflix. The second one was to get you ready for the Royal Rumble. What the fuck do y'all expect? What do you want these people to do? Y'all expect every fucking time you see a big ass event for WWE, you expect some crazy shit to happen. And then I hear people get their push killed because they didn't win. No, nigga. And this is something I want to talk about. We have gotten to this point, and this is why I bring in Jey Uso. Jey Uso lost to Gunther. He was never gonna be Gunther. Who the fuck told y'all that? He's never. I get what he said last night on TV. Oh, I could beat Gunther. I could beat Gunther. You probably can. Will it happen? Probably fucking not. As long as Gunther's got that belt, you're not beating Gunther. You're not beating Gunther, bro. You're not beating Gunther. You probably beat him one on one for the title not on the line. You probably beat Gunther. Hell, you just beat Drew McIntyre. No title was on the line. Nobody gives a fuck. But that is the thing. That is the thing. The people don't want to acknowledge. Jey Uso coming up short at the Royal Rumble. I'm not surprised. Jey Uso coming up short at Saturday main event. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised that he lost to Gunther because he was never supposed to beat Gunther. And what I saw last night is an indication of where they probably might be going with this story. I could kind of see what this is going to happen. What's going to happen? But we are now conditioned because we lived in an era where Vince McMahon would kill people's pushes so fucking rapidly because the fans got behind him and he just didn't understand it. Why you get behind this guy? I don't like this guy. I don't want this guy to be the guy. So I'm not gonna give him any push. This is not the fucking same. Jay won the Intercontinental Championship, but we all knew he was going back to the bloodline, so he had to drop the belt. Jay has a Jay has a Jay's still in the bloodline storyline. You don't think he is? Why? Because he technically isn't. At WrestleMania, there's two matches I see, two ways I think this is gonna play out. There's gonna be a 6-man tag match with Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy versus Drew, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. Or you get the tag team match you got at WrestleMania 39, just at WrestleMania 41 between the Usos, and now Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are both heels. What would you think about that? So where the fuck does Jay fit in to the winning the World Heavyweight just so he can drop it 2 weeks later on fucking TV? And then y'all complain, oh, they killed his push. No, the fuck they did. He was never supposed to have the belt, motherfucker. What are you talking about? That's my problem. I'm with everybody. Sometimes some of this shit plays out a little bit too damn slow, and we need to pick up the pace. We need to pick up the pace. But there's two scenarios Jay's got for WrestleMania already, and I see it. It's literally going to be him, Jimmy, and Sammy teaming up against Seth, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre, and that's the 6-man tag team match at WrestleMania. Excuse me. OG, the Bloodline versus the three people that got a problem with the Bloodline. Jay beat Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. You don't think Drew's going to at some point come get his get back? They're teasing Sammy turning heel. You don't think Sammy at some point is either going to be like, nope, I'm not turning heel, or I'm going to turn heel? And who the fuck is he going to turn heel on? It ain't going to be set. And I thought of the Sammy and Kevin one because of what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. But we got to stop saying people got their push killed because of what we used to. Yes, I get it. I grew up with y'all. Vince McMahon was stupid. Vince McMahon had Rusev Day and couldn't do shit with it. Vince McMahon had an LA night and told his man he had to be a fucking manager. Vince McMahon didn't know shit. He was stupid. That is not Vince in the fucking chair, ladies and gentlemen. Can we please let that shit go? That is not Vince in the fucking chair anymore. It is Triple H. I'm pretty fucking sure he knows what the fuck he's doing. But Jay's got two scenarios that I see already. Either he's going to team with Sammy and his brother Jimmy to go up against Seth, Drew, and Kevin Owens, or he's going to team with his brother Jimmy and they're going to go against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, rematch at WrestleMania 39 at WrestleMania 41, night one. If you don't see this playing out that way, you don't know shit. If you cannot see that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's too easy. Kevin Owens has got a problem with it. Sammy's already showing you he will do something with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but everybody's already assuming it's going to be a wrestling match. I'm like, why would it be a wrestling match? Why? Because Sammy's the only one that is the eyeball out of the bloodline. He is the honorary Uce. He ain't family. And when it's time for them to say that to him, he's always going to have that over his head, no matter what the fuck happens. You're not family. You're not blood, motherfucker. And Kevin Owens, who better than your best fucking friend to drive that home to you? See, last time he said that, it didn't really work like talking about it. But now that Sammy's been in the bloodline, he's been out of the bloodline, he's seen how things operate, and he knows Roman pretty much isn't changed, really. He ain't going back to that shit. This is something I said a long time ago. Everybody's an individual now in this new bloodline. And Sammy's the one person that technically isn't blood. He doesn't need to go back to Roman. So he's going to listen to Kevin this time around. Because everything that Kevin told him the last time was true. But nobody's ready to have that conversation. Nobody's ready to have that conversation. Sammy might turn heel. He might turn heel. He might team with Kevin Owens. Or you keep it simple, which is the original bloodline, Jay, Jimmy, Sammy, versus Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And because because Tucker Lawler's out, and I don't know when he'd be able to come back. I was gonna say if that would be the match, but since it's pretty much being shown that Kevin's gonna have a problem with the bloodline moving forward. Drew's got a problem with the bloodline already. Seth Rollins has a problem with the bloodline. This is why this Royal Rumble is so interesting because there is two different roads they can take. It's not multiple roads. It's two different roads. But that is an interesting one. But Jay losing, he's not put into WrestleMania plans to be the champion. Because whatever he's gonna do at WrestleMania, it's got to do with the bloodline. But y'all not ready to hear that. Now, can plans change? Yeah, somebody can get injured in the Royal Rumble like last year with CM Punk. Something can happen. I wouldn't be surprised. But that is why they're also very cautious on how they're particularly putting people in the Royal Rumble. Triple H is like, this shit will not happen to me again. Well, I had no choice but to just ride with The Rock on this. You got to realize most of his roster was hurt last year. Seth Rollins got hurt. CM Punk blew out his tricep. Uh, you had multiple people hurt, bang the fuck up when they walked into WrestleMania season. Key pieces, and he had to do it on the fly. Here it is. Last night, like I said, bro, I love these 2 hour and 30-minute Raws. These are great. That is the problem with SmackDown. SmackDown has 3 hours, and you got to fill in 3 hours with a roster that isn't particularly have anything. Now, I love the fact that they're moving Selena Vega to SmackDown. Clearly, her husband's gonna be on SmackDown when he comes back. Uh, a lot of people's like, what about Selena and Andrade teaming back up? I would love that. I would fucking love that. They don't really have beef, so it would make perfect sense if she did team up with Andrade again. I wouldn't mind that at all. But she also becomes another face and another name added to that mid card title picture, and that works for me. That works for me. You're running out of options for the mid card title on SmackDown. It's either B-Fab or a Piper Niven or uh, Michin. You're running out of names. You need somebody on SmackDown that can at least give Chelsea Green a run for her money, and Selena Vega is the perfect person to do that. I do think they need to put more people on SmackDown. I love the fact that Damian Priest is now on SmackDown. Thank the gods above that they finally moved him. Now, if they could just do that shit with Liv and Raquel, it would be fucking appreciated. Holy shit. Thank you. The transfer portal is starting to kind of get a little crazy. Damian Priest is now moved to SmackDown. Eitan Down Under is now on Raw. Like I said, Selena Vega's on SmackDown. Bailey's on Raw. I like this. I like the transfer portal. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like this. Last night's ending was perfect. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes is literally a year apart from when they first got in the ring a year ago. When they got in the ring and CM Punk and Cody pretty much got in the ring in New Orleans and told each other what was about to happen to them. And then last night was CM Punk again telling Cody Rhodes like, "You all right, man? You good? I'm telling you, I'm asking you this as your friend. I'm actually concerned for you." And CM Punk was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen to you." Cody Rhodes was like, "Yo, since you was accurate about a lot of things that was happening to me last year, how about you ask me what's gonna happen now?" And CM Punk was like, "Oh, okay, well I'll tell you. That title's starting to weigh on you, and it's taking everything good about you and turning it negative." He said, "I lost a lot of friends when I had that belt." He said, "I lost a lot of friends when I had that belt, and I didn't like the person I was." He said that is it. Cody was like, wait, that's the good part. That's the good part. He's like, oh yeah, you're gonna lose that belt at WrestleMania. That's the good part. He's like, that's the good part. He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, okay, what the fuck is the worst part? I'm the one that's gonna do it to you, and because I'm your friend, I'm gonna tell you this to your face, and I'm gonna stab you in the front, not your back. The fact that he said that to this man in front of his face was great. I'm not even gonna lie, that shit was perfect. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing because he said it perfectly, man. That segment last night was awesome. It was awesome. Which brings me into the Royal Rumble this weekend. Now, before I go further, speedy recovery to Dakota Kai and JD McDonough. Lord Jesus, did they take two crazy ass bumps the last 2 weeks? Dakota Kai caught a foot to her face and got concussed. Um, JD McDonough, oh shit, that was a horrific bump he took, flipping off the ropes into the announce table, and you know today he's revealed he got like two broken ribs and a collapsed lung and a punctured lung, and he fell to the floor when he got backstage, and he still finished that match. I have no idea how the fuck he did that. Whatever the plans they were gonna do with that, I think kind of like goes out the window a little bit. Maybe Fed comes back and kind of blames Dominic for taking that match with JD, and now JD's hurt, and that's his fault. Maybe that happens. I mean, they could spin it. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to spin that storyline. But yeah, I mean, it could happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but the Royal Rumble is this Saturday, and like I've said numerous times, for the women's Royal Rumble, it feels like an open field because it is. Shout out to Jordan Grace for officially signing to WWE. She is officially now a WWE superstar. She will be in the Royal Rumble this weekend. I'm assuming Jade Cargill's going to also be in the Royal Rumble this weekend. Becky's going to be in the Royal Rumble this weekend. Charlotte has officially announced she will be in the Royal Rumble this weekend. Liv is in the Royal Rumble. Raquel's in the Royal Rumble. Bianca's in the Royal Rumble. Naomi's in the Royal Rumble. Naya's in the Royal Rumble. Bailey's in the Royal Rumble. Io Sky's in the Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble feels like an open field. It does. And I have been one of the rare few that said Io Sky needs to win. Io needs to win. And I still feel that way. I still feel that way. Io has a better feel than just give it to Becky. Just give it to Charlotte. Just give it to Bianca. Just give it. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like people are like, oh, just give it to Charlotte. Why? Why? Because she's Charlotte? That don't make sense, bro. Nikki Bella could be in the Royal Rumble. I don't fucking know. Excuse me. Roxanne Perez could be in the Royal Rumble this year. Clearly, she will be, and I think she's gonna be the one that throws Bailey out the ring, and that sets up their WrestleMania match. I think Laura is the one that throws Becky out the ring, or Becky throws Laura out the ring. Maybe Alexa Bliss is back. I don't fucking know. But the women's Royal Rumble feels more. I don't know what's gonna happen. The TNA Women's Champion now is probably gonna be in the Royal Rumble. It's gonna be a great women's Royal Rumble. I can't wait to see that. I really can't. I really can't wait to see the women's Royal Rumble. But I got Io Sky. I've been saying Io Sky's gonna win the Royal Rumble since fuck Crown Jewel. Yeah, since like Crown Jewel, like since yeah Crown Jewel when she won when Jay got taken out for the War Games. I was like, oh yeah, Io's gonna be the person that's in the War Games match because it made sense. Io's gonna win the Royal Rumble. She's the only one that makes actual fucking sense to win the Royal Rumble. And I know people sit there and say, no, she doesn't. She's the only one that makes logical sense. She's the only one that makes logical fucking sense. Tiffany's already the champion. Rhea's already the champion. Liv's been champion longer than anybody. Io deserves to be the champion. Io deserves to win the Royal Rumble. That's the one feat she has not have yet. She does not have yet. For the men's Royal Rumble, it's not so goddamn easy. I know who I want to win, and I know who should win. Who I want to win is somebody that isn't Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, The Rock, John Cena. I don't want an obvious one. The Royal Rumble is put together to be to give someone new a chance to be champion, to main event WrestleMania. The Rock can just walk into the building and say, "I want a WrestleMania main event." Okay. Roman can walk into the building. "I want a WrestleMania main event." Okay. Johnson, "I want to." Okay. Randy Orton, "I want to." Okay. How does that help anyone? How does that build any new stars? How does that become? How does that help move WrestleMania along and get new big stars on the market? How does that do that? The only person, again, like I said with Io Sky, the only one that makes logical sense to win the Royal Rumble, who's never won the Royal Rumble and been in the company for a long time and was a runner-up last year, is CM Punk. That's the only one that makes logical sense. And I said this earlier, and I said this earlier, because of what happened last night, I can see the direction. And that is Seth Rollins is going to fight Gunther at Elimination Chamber. CM Punk's going to win the Royal Rumble. Seth's going to fight Gunther at the Elimination Chamber. He's going to beat Gunther. And that is how we're going to get the rematch between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I know. Oh, Brandon, they really teased CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. That's the match that's going to happen. You just saying shit. Sure, sure it is. So you telling me Seth Rollins, who's probably not, I think, going to get thrown out the ring by CM Punk, is not going to want to call CM Punk something? He literally said he was going to shatter his dreams last night. I have said this numerous times. CM Punk and Seth Rollins is going to wrestle at WrestleMania 41. It's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, especially after the Netflix show. But Seth Rollins is like, bro, I got embarrassed by this dude. That is the worst loss I've ever had in my career. And you don't think Seth Rollins want any good back? Any get back? What I think is going to happen is Gunther is going to challenge Seth Rollins at Elimination Chamber. And he's going to drop the belt to Seth Rollins. Or you could do what I just said also, which is Seth loses to Gunther at Elimination Chamber, and that's how you get the six-man tag match. Like I said, it's two roads. Seth can easily get the title match from Gunther against Gunther because he's Seth fucking Rollins. Like, come on, bro. And then he can beat Gunther. Or Gunther fights CM Punk at WrestleMania. Seth goes into the triple threat, it's a six-man tag match, and you still get the scenarios. You get everything you need. But again, and here's the thing. And then people will sit there and say, then what the fuck do you do with Gunther? Put him against Goldberg. You put him against Goldberg. You put him against Goldberg. Goldberg does not need the title on the line. He just needs a match. You don't need the fucking title on the line. He just need a match. Who's the best match? Gunther. They already teased it. Goldberg, yeah, I know Goldberg isn't physically there. But who said Goldberg had to be? April 20th is a long fucking time away from April 19th. April 20th is a long fucking time away from February 1st. You can build that. Or March 1st. You can build it. You can build it. Gunther and Goldberg at WrestleMania 41, one of Goldberg's last WrestleMania appearances ever. You can build that match. John Cena, Logan Paul at WrestleMania 41 makes way more sense. But that is that. I think CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble. I think Io Sky wins the women's. Cody gets the belt back because of Randy Orton. And you still got that match that hasn't done. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. You might could do that at Elimination Chamber. Or you might just do that shit at WrestleMania. Who knows? But yeah. But that's the end. That is the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I am Brandon Janeau. It is Wrestling Life. I'll be back Saturday night, right after the Royal Rumble is over. I will be talking about the winners, the losers, and what the fuck is the path to WrestleMania now. Until next time, peace.